First of all, good morning to you, John Manuel, and to all the students who are going to be seeing the class later. Today is June the 5th, and what we are going to be doing is to continue with unit number 13. So, we are going to get started now by looking at the book pages. Wait, it is not the page that I need now. Let me go to the first one. Okay, so last class we were talking about the present perfect. We could also see that there were some activities that were in connection to things that you had never done. The objective in this unit is to talk about life experience and to talk about things that started in the past, but the moment when they finished, if they are finished, is not important. Sometimes you use the present perfect to talk about your job experience. For example, I'm going to write it here in the chat room. I don't know if you are able to see the chat room here, um, but when you are asked in a job interview, have you ever worked, for example, Joan, what are you studying, Manuel?
Oceanografía.
Oceanography, for example. What experience have you had in that field of study? And you say, well, I have never worked, right? You have never worked in anything connected to it. You're studying, for example, and you say, I have never worked, but I I have always wanted to work for this company. In that case, you are using the present perfect, and it can be an answer you can give in a job interview. I have never worked. That is part of your life experience. But I have always wanted to work for this company. Okay, so you can always use it because in a job interview, you're not closed. So you talk about something that hasn't happened, no ha pasado. So you are open to the possibility that it can happen in the future. If we go back to the exercises, I'm going to ask you to try to do the sentences from 1 to 8. Okay, so I do number 1 and you do number 2. Then I do 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, 1, 3, 5, 7, and you do 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, Jörg?
Okay.
So number 1 is I have never done any extreme sport. Okay, in my personal experience, this sentence is not true because I have done one extreme sport in my life. Now, you say number 2 and you tell me if the sentence is true or not true for you in your life.
Okay. I have never understood maths.
That's right. Is that true in your life?
It it's false. I understand maths. I study something with so many maths.
Okay, so you cannot say that you don't understand anything, right? Thank you very much, Yuan. We have never had a TV at home. That is absolutely not true because I have had and I actually have televisions in my home. You go with number 4.
My brother has never smoked.
Have you got a brother? Is that true for you?
Now I have a sister.
So it is not true for you, right? My parents have never gone to the USA, and that is true. They have never gone to the USA, and they are not planning to. What about number 6?
I have never been interested
Interested.
interested in football.
Is it true for you?
It's false. I like football.
What's your favorite football team?
I don't have anyone.
Also, you like football, but not specifically one football
Yes,
team, right?
right.
Okay, thank you. My mother has never liked cooking. That is absolutely not true because she loves cooking. And then 7,
Joe has never
right?
worked in an office before.
We don't know who Joe is. So, We don't know if it is true or false, right?
Right.
Okay, so now you could see the use of um, present perfect to talk about experiences in life. But look, here are two persons talking about things that they have always wanted to do. Have you, do you have anything to mention in relation to it? Is there anything you have always wanted to do? Is there anything you have, is there a place you have always wanted to visit and you
Mm,
have never had the chance to visit a place, for example?
mm, I always want to do um, a travel along Chile.
So you have always wanted to travel along Chile and you
Yeah.
have never had the chance, but you wish you could do it someday, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you to listen to Andre and Anne and try to identify which photo is for Andre and which photo is for Anne. All right?
Okay.
I've always wanted to go to Egypt. Okay. To see the pyramids. I've I've read so many books about them, and I just want to see them in real life. I've never been there. I just want to go inside a pyramid. Why do you like the pyramids? I don't know. When I was a child, I thought they were great, and you read stories about them, and you imagine what they're like. I've always wanted to go. Yeah. Maybe you will one day. Maybe one day, yeah. What about you? I've always wanted to swim with dolphins. Dolphins? Dolphins. Many years ago, I went on holiday to Scotland, and I went on a boat trip. Okay. And we saw some dolphins, and they were swimming next to the boat, and it was absolutely fantastic. Dolphins in Scotland? Yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't jump in the water, but because of that, I've always wanted to swim with dolphins. Somewhere warm would be best.
Okay, so there you are. We're not going to listen to the other track yet. Okay, so there was Andre and Anne. What was the thing and the place Andre has always wanted to go to?
And Ray always want to go. Uh,
Has always wanted.
has
Has always
always
wanted.
wanted to go to um, pyramids.
That's right, to the pyramids. And how about Anne? Annie? And
Uh, and has always want to go uh, swim um, with dolphins.
so she has always wanted to swim with dolphins. That's right, very good. Now I want you to listen to it again, but this time try to take notes. If you have a pen and paper, try to
Yes.
take notes of one sentence that Andre says in simple past and one sentence in present perfect. Can you try?
Yeah.
Let's take notes.
Well, I've always wanted to go to Egypt. Okay. To see the pyramids. I've I've read so many books about them, and I just want to see them in real life. I've never been there. I just want to go inside a pyramid. Why do you like the pyramids? I don't know. When I was a child, I thought they were great, and you read stories about them, and you imagine what they're like. I've always wanted to go. Yeah. Maybe you will one day. Maybe one day, yeah. What about you?
Okay, so tell me. I'm going to be writing in the chat, okay? So you can see it here. Can you see the chat?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you identify any sentence in simple past?
Um, simple past es lo que estamos viendo ahora.
No, present perfect. Simple
Present
past is when you talk about a specific event in the past, in a specific moment.
No me acuerdo la palabra en específico porque sí iba un poco rápido, pero decía como, when I was a child, I want to go to the pyramids.
It was similar. When I was a child, I thought they were great.
Eh,
That's what he said. But it was very similar. When I was a child, so it is about a specific moment in the past. When I was a child, I thought they were great. So he is talking about a specific moment in his life. That's why he uses the simple past. What about a sentence in present perfect?
mm, bueno, si no me equivoco es I have eh, always go inside the pyramids.
I have always wanted to go inside the pyramids. That's right. So, as you said, I have always wanted. Siempre acuérdate, John, que se usa el verbo en participio. I have always wanted to go inside the pyramids. Excellent. Now let's do the same, but with the part of the lady. All right, listen and take notes.
Okay.
I've always wanted to swim with.
Oh, no.
I've always wanted to swim with dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Many years ago, I went on holidays to Scotland, and I went on a boat trip.
Okay.
And we saw some dolphins, and they were swimming next to the boat, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Dolphins in Scotland.
Yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't jump in the water, but because of that, I've always wanted to swim with dolphins. Somewhere warm would be best.
Okay, so there, right there. Now, tell me, did you find any sentences?
Encontré solo una de present perfect, que es la del inicio.
Yeah, and what is that?
I have I has
Imposible.
no I have always want to swim with dolphins.
Yeah, I have always wanted to swim with dolphins. Yeah, this is correct for present perfect because it's something that she has always wanted to do. But try to listen to the beginning of her presentation. Then she says something in simple past. Look,
Wanted to go. Yeah.
Maybe you will one day.
now,
Maybe
from now
one
on,
day, yeah.
listen to her at
What
the
about
beginning.
you?
I've always wanted to swim with dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Many years ago, I went on holiday to Scotland.
You see there? In simple past, she mentions a specific moment. She says, simple past. Many years ago, I went to Scotland. You see that, John Manuel?
Yeah.
When she says that, she talks about a specific moment in the past, many years ago. Ago tells you that it is in simple past. I went to Scotland. So she's talking about one specific action in one specific moment in her life. So what do we need to remember? That when you talk about a specific action that is over in the past, and you want to specify the moment when it happened, you use the simple past. If it is a life experience, you use the present perfect. This is the always. I have always wanted to do something. There, you have always, you have just, you have already, and yet to use with the present perfect. When you say always, you mean siempre. And that is easy, right? In the book, we could see always and never, right? I have never, I have always. ¿Cierto que acabamos de ver esos dos?
Yes.
Now we include just, already, and yet. In what situations do we use just? Just is for saying recently, a short time ago. I have recently, I have just done something, and it goes in the middle. En el mismo lugar que va never, que va already, que va just, que va always, es el medio. Look, are Diane and Paul here? Yes, they have just arrived. So they have just arrived recently. Are you hungry? No, I have just had dinner. So I recently had dinner. Is Tom here? No, I'm afraid he's just gone. He recently left. When you say already, que es el que yo siempre digo, es el de los castigos, cuando te castigan y te dicen, ¿ya hiciste tal cosa? Y tú dices, ya lo tengo hecho. En ese caso, cuando tú quieres enfatizar que algo ya se ha hecho, más que el cuándo se hizo, tú usas el already. También va al medio. Before you expected or before I expected is what time are Diane and Paul coming? They have already arrived. Ya llegaron. Okay, can you see the example here? John, this is Emma. Yes, I know. We have already met. Ya ha sucedido algo. The yet es diferente. El resto iba al medio, yet goes at the end. And it's mainly in negative sentences and some questions. For example, are Diane and Paul here? No, they haven't arrived yet. Pero cuando tú usas yet, tú no cierras la posibilidad que eso pase en el futuro. Vamos a ir de nuevo al ejemplo de job interview. Si te preguntas si has tenido experiencia laboral en un área específica antes, si tú dices un no seco, no es lo mismo que decir not yet, porque ahí tú dejas abierta la oportunidad de decir no todavía. Entonces dices quizá en el futuro. Tú dices I haven't had the experience yet, but I have always wanted to work in that field of study. Can you see the example in the chat room? I haven't had, no he tenido, I haven't had the experience yet. Termino esa idea con yet al final porque es una oración negativa, pero tiene una connotación de no aún, por lo tanto puedo complementarla con but I have always wanted to work in that field of study. Siempre he querido investigar al respecto, siempre he querido trabajar en esa área. Entonces usas de nuevo el present perfect y lo usas en una oración afirmativa con always al medio. ¿Ves el uso de esto que te estoy mostrando ahora en situaciones concretas como una entrevista de trabajo?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. You can always do the exercises we have here. That's why they are here. They are here to practice. Also, when you talk about experience, you can use the have you ever. Alguna vez has. Okay, so in that case, you can say, for example, have you ever been to Rome? Remember, been se refiere a si has estado en un lugar y siempre va acompañado de to. Y en ese caso, tú tienes que recordar que es ida y vuelta. ¿Ya? Have you ever been to Japan? No, I haven't. No, I have never been to Japan. Okay, so that is what we are going to be doing now. First, we are going to continue with the contrast of the simple past and present perfect, and then we are going to do some exercises with have you ever. Okay? So let's see. Lo que vamos a hacer aquí, Joan, yo voy a partir leyendo, voy a leer el título y la primera línea, después vas a seguir tú y yo solamente termino la última línea. Lo que te voy a pedir es que cuando tú leas, pares en el punto y me digas qué tiempos usó y por qué. Por ejemplo, the people behind the places. Salto Ángel. At 979 meters high, Salto Ángel in Venezuela is the highest waterfall in the world. I am using the present simple because I am describing something. Tú vas a continuar, vas a parar en el primer punto y me vas a decir qué tiempos usó y por qué.
Okay.
Look.
The local Pimon people have always known about the falls and called them Parekupa Meru, meaning waterfall of the deepest place. but it was a pilot from the USA, Jamie Angel, who made them famous around the world. Point.
Yeah, who made them famous around the world. Ahora, dime tú, what tense is used and why?
Em, entiendo que se habla del pasado,
¿En dónde?
em, que fue un piloto de USA que hizo famosa a las cascadas.
Se me está diciendo que en qué oración se usa el simple past.
Mm,
¿Dónde tú lo ves usado?
en el made.
Yeah, made it famous around the world. Very good. It's a specific action. A pilot made it famous. But what about this?
Sí, eso porque en el principio se habla de que ellos siempre, o sea, también está en present perfect.
It's in present perfect. People have always known about the false. En este caso, ¿por qué lo usamos? ¿Por qué usamos present perfect?
em, porque están hablando de algo que ellos siempre han sabido.
Claro, porque es algo que comenzó en el pasado, pero todavía no ha terminado. Todavía lo saben, ¿verdad?
Ah, claro.
Todavía lo conocen. Q, then continue. He flew.
He flew over the falls in 1933 and then landed his plane on Ayantepur, the mountain at the top of the falls in 1937.
Okay, so tell me, what sense is there?
El flew de fly está en pasado, ¿no?
¿Por qué se usa pasado? Toda esa parte se usa pasado.
Porque
Flew
se
over the
habla de
falls,
algo que él
landed.
hizo.
Exactly. And in a specific moment, 1933, and then landed in 37. So very good. A specific action, a specific moment. Continue. Later,
Later, the falls took his name, Salto Ángel in Spanish, Angels Falls in English.
that's right. So the falls took his name. What tense is that?
Em, está en pasado, pero es algo que se sigue haciendo.
Bueno, está en pasado porque tomó el nombre. Ya, el nombre ya se lo bautizaron así. Eso ya fue en un momento específico. Entonces, por eso es simple past. Then they are very difficult to get to, but you can see them from the air or from a boat on the river. So in that case, we use the present simple again to describe. Now let's go with the have you ever. Now you have to complete with been, seen, or heard. So look at number one as an example. Have you been to Well Park? Yes, I have. Look at number two.
Mm, have you ever seen the Taj Mahal?
Yes, you're right. Have you ever seen the Taj Mahal? No, I haven't. Number three.
Um, I have been to Angel Falls.
Been to, that's right, because you have two, so you have to use been. Very good. Continue. Four.
I have heard it on television.
You can hear it on television, but commonly when you talk about television, you see. So it's better to say, I have seen it on television.
Okay.
Five.
I haven't been there.
Exactly. And finally, I have never.
I have never heard of it.
Excellent. Very good. The last activity of the class. Sentences. Yo voy a hacer siempre la letra A y tú siempre la letra B. ¿Te parece?
Okay.
Por eso tu compañera de curso. Have you seen the Forbidden City in Beijing?
And no, but I tengo que decirlo tal cual. Heard of it.
Tienes que ponerlo en participio. Heard.
I know, but I heard of it.
No, para ahí. Have heard.
Se le agrega ambas, digamos, no solo el verbo se cambia, se le agrega
No, siempre
toda
se
la...
tiene que poner el have or has y después el verbo.
Ok.
Then number
ujú.
2. Have you heard or have you ever heard of Petra in Jordan?
Yes, I have heard.
No, yes, I have. Está bien. Termina
Yes,
la
I have.
oración.
Yes, I have. Everyone say it's beautiful.
Good. Have you ever eaten sushi?
No, I haven't. What's it like?
Have you ever read Anna Karenina?
I have not read. ¿Cómo se dice?
Se escribe igual, pero se pronuncia como el color rojo. Red.
I have not read.
Yeah.
Read it, but I saw, but I have saw a film of it.
Sin.
Sí. Sí, es que me confundo con el otro.
Sí, no te preocupes si esto es pura memoria después los verbos. Sí, I
I
have
have
seen
seen
it.
a film of it.
Exactly. Have you ever played golf?
No, I have not seen. No. I have seen it on TV, but I have never tried. No.
Tried it. Very good. Ahora al revés. Tú eres la A y yo soy la B.
Okay. Have you seen the Forbidden City in Beijing?
No, but I have heard of it.
Have you ever heard of Petra in Jordan?
Yes, I have. Everyone says it's beautiful.
Have you eaten sushi?
Have you ever eaten sushi? No, I haven't. What is it like? Uy, qué mentirosa soy. Me encanta el sushi. Continue.
Have you read it?
Have you read?
Ana,
Acuérdate que se pronuncia igual que el color.
read it? Ana Karenina?
I haven't read it, but I have seen a film of it.
Have you played golf?
No, I have seen it on TV, but I have never tried it. Okay, good. Joan Manuel, la idea es que tú, antes de que avancemos con la siguiente actividad, recuerdes que es tarea individual de todos, a su ritmo, tratar de hacer estas actividades, ya que al final están los resultados. Y así en la próxima clase todos puedan decirme solamente las dudas. ¿Ya?
Okay.
Sobre estos ejercicios. Now we're going to refresh the memory about the present perfect with a very small activity that we are going to be doing together. ¿No? Me vas a hacer tú a mí estas 3 preguntas y vamos a combinar usando todas estas expresiones.
Okay.
Le puedes poner lo que tú quieras.
Have you been to Santiago?
Unfortunately, I have. I don't like it. So I have been there many times, but I don't like it. I don't like Santiago. Have you ever been to Santiago?
Yes, alguna vez, un par de
Sometimes.
veces, sometimes,
Un par de veces se dice a couple of times.
a couple of times.
Good. Now, next question.
Have you seen the last movie of Avengers?
No, I haven't. What is it like?
Um, it's fine.
Would you recommend me? Would you like to see it again?
Um, I don't know. Yes,
But
maybe.
but is it entertaining?
Um, yes,
Does it have a lot of action?
a lot.
My lord. Okay. Now tell me the last question.
Have you heard of um, um,
Quizá yo te debería preguntar eso. Have you heard of your classmates? Because I haven't heard of your classmates.
no, I don't know anything about my classmates.
Okay, so it's my case too. I don't know anything about your classmates either. Okay,
Sí.
Jean Manuel, you were the only one present today, and we are going to be closing this class. You participated very well. Let me finish the recording. So, thank you for attending.